Hello, welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today I'm going to take a look at a new beer, a relatively new beer from one of my favorite breweries in Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. And the beer in question is this one. It is called Sharaku, and it is an Imperial Porter, an English Imperial Porter at 8.5%, 45 international bittering units. First, a bit about Kyoto Brewing Company. They are located, of course, in the city of Kyoto, in the Minami district, which is just a little bit south of Kyoto Station. Minami means south in Japanese, and they started in 2015 and very quickly made their mark. They were singled out as the single best brewery in Japan, or I'm sorry, the best new brewery in Japan in that year, 2015, for that year. And then in 2019, the best brewery in Japan. So, and I probably concur with that. There are a few other breweries I like probably as well as them, but they're definitely one of the top. And they were founded by an American man, a man from Wales, and a Canadian, and so 3 foreign residents of the city who had all been working in Japan prior to starting that. And I knew the head brewer for a few years before they started, and later met the other 2 founders as well. The head brewer was an excellent home brewer, and he worked, he did an internship in Lost Abbey in the United States, and he worked at Shiga Kogen in Nagano, one of the top Japanese craft beer breweries. And so they have gone through a number of changes. It's been 10 years now. They'll be coming on their 10th anniversary soon. And the head brewer, whose name was Chris, he left, I think, in December of the 2023, or maybe early 2024. And he has been replaced by a man named James Fox, who worked at Stone, among others, in the United States, and who seems to be quite an accomplished brewer as well. And in fact, this beer is part of a new series they have called KBC, Kyoto Brewing Company 2.0. And what they've done is trying to reevaluate, where they want to go at this point in time. They started out making their mark with kind of American, Belgo-American style. So, for example, Belgian IPAs or saisons with American hops and this sort of thing. So they've moved on and they've made all kinds of different beers, but they seem to be going in new directions now, for sure. And this is a start for them, I think, in that. So this is a British style, of course, English Imperial Porter, and they also made recently a Best Bitter, another British style. So, and I admire this brewery quite a bit. They've done a lot, and they're all over Japan now, and they have a very good reputation. So, but now let's talk about this beer here called Sharaku. Sharaku has a meaning of like witticism or pun, but it can also mean kind of like the life of the party, or the character in the bar who tells the stories and makes people laugh, that sort of thing. So kind of the person you might see if you were in an English pub drinking an Imperial Porter. You might hear some interesting stories from this person. So it's an Imperial Porter English style, and the malts in this are Golden Promise, something called Naked Oats, which will get some creamy character, I believe, and Pale Chocolate Malt, and Crystal Medium. The hops include Fuggle and Hallertauer Mittelfrüh, so a British hop and a German hop. And the yeast is something called Windsor, which I assume is British. And the added ingredient is flaked oats, which again should add some creaminess here. And on Rate Beer, there were only 2 ratings when I checked, but pretty high, 3.95 out of 5. And Untapped, there were 66 ratings, 3.85 out of 5. So pretty darn high overall. Again, 8.5%, so it's getting up there. And 45 international bittering units. Okay, so this should probably have a lot of body, but not as much as a stout or an imperial stout. And it should have some creaminess and a bit of roastiness, but again, not as much as a stout. So, okay, let's give this a go here. Sharaku. Some people tell stories in a wonderful way, some people don't. I assume it's something that can either be natural or can be learned. So, okay, what do we got here? Well, it is very, very dark brown, almost black. So a stout should be pitch black, and this one has a bit of, just a bit of translucency at the bottom end here. You can see some light shining through, but not much at all. Okay, and a tan head, had about a half a finger, and it's dissipated very quickly. Okay, aroma. Oh my. Okay, this is rich, roasty, something like, I guess, dark chocolate, or almost dark chocolate, maybe a mix of milk and dark. Very chocolatey. Just a minute. So the roastiness here is not pronounced. In a stout, we would expect more. Definitely chocolatey, very chocolatey. It's got roastiness, but it's kind of medium. Oh boy, this has got some chocolate, kind of caramelly as well. Quite sweet. The bitterness is there, but at 45 international bitter units, and at this level, it's kind of, I would say, moderate. It's not up there with an imperial stout, which would have much more bitterness for sure. But this is very malty, pleasant sweetness, but it doesn't go too far. Some sort of melange of dark fruitiness, mid-palate, and then it folds away into a very nicely blended, not overly bitter finish. This is smooth, sweet, 8.5%. You feel it a bit. It's got some warmth. Wow. Yes, certainly. So the finish is, I get malty sweetness throughout the initial and the mid, but then the finish is more or less bitter for something you expect that would probably end up more sweet with a heavy malt bill like this. So it does have, again, golden promise and pale chocolate malt and chocolate malt as well, but then crystal medium. So we're not getting a ton of roasted malts in this. Sweet, fruity, finish is mildly dry and very warming. This is a great beer. Wonderful job. So the new brewer at, let me say new, he's been around, I guess, for 7-8 months now. But he's doing a great job at the brewery. And again, this is called Kyoto Brewing Sharaku, an Imperial Porter, 8.5%, and 45 international bittering units from Kyoto Brewing. You can get this on their website. Where did I find this? I found this in a department store liquor shop, liquor section of the basement department store, where they have all the food and that sort of thing. And in Japan, the food sections are generally in the basement of a department store. So yeah, go out and find this beer. Give it a go, okay? And actually try anything by Kyoto Brewing. You probably won't be disappointed at all. Okay, well, that's it for me for today. I hope you're doing well. Please do stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.